All right, so ahead of this event, you were actually quoted in an article saying the real question for these devices, this $799 display wearable, is does it make our lives better, and does it have the potential to make our lives better? After what you heard there from Mark Zuckerberg during that event, do you have a sense of how it can actually make our lives better?
Yeah, I definitely do. I think that it's kind of an up-leveling of the smart glasses experience and kind of enables you to look at your phone less and spend more time with the people and places that you're at in front of you.
All right, so if it helps us look at our phone less, um, doesn't it still take us out of the moment? I mean, if you're looking at the display, if you look at the features, you can do step-by-step directions in your glasses. You can get translations via captions in the glasses. How does that not distract us from real-world applications? Because that's the argument you're making for the phone, and Mark Zuckerberg was just making in all fairness that our phones are somehow making us disconnected. How do glasses make us more connected if we're still looking at a device, whether it's on our face or in our hand?
Well, these glasses have a auto dimming feature where if you get a notification, it shows up and then it very quickly disappears. And I think that's a really great feature because unless you engage with something that shows up in the lower third of the glasses, which is where the display is, you're able to kind of see something and just let it kind of drift away. And I think that's really the whole point of it is you know that you got the notification very similar to something that you might get on a watch, but it's even less intrusive because you don't really have to look down at your wrist. You just see the notification and decide whether or not you want to engage with it.
Yeah, we're looking at some video of it right now. You can kind of use your hands to move things in the display in the glasses. All right, let's get to the investor impact. Do you think this is a market mover for Meta? When it goes on sale, the success or lack of success, does that matter for the stock? And how does it impact some of its competitors, I would imagine, which would be Apple, Samsung, and other device makers?
Yeah, I think really this is a product that kind of paves the way for the industry, which is what Meta has done in the XR space overall. You kind of saw them do this with their VR headsets as well. But I would say that this is a fairly low volume product and is very much a thought processing and thought provoking product more than it will be something that will generate significant revenues or profits.
All right, so no significant revenues or profits, but the thought provocation, if you will, in this case, is that something you can see that will spur investors to have more confidence in this company and maybe more confidence in the money that Meta is spending on Reality Labs that some people think may be kind of like a sunk cost that's already gone too far?
Yeah, I totally get that. I think when you look at AR and what these glasses are trying to do, it's trying to bring the whole industry towards full AR, which is really kind of this world scale experience where people can actually wear these things outside their homes. That's something that VR really didn't have the opportunity to do, and ultimately AR is what most of these companies are chasing. This is kind of like a half step in that direction with a single display in one eye. The holy grail is really having two displays and two eyes and being able to deliver an experience that's fully immersive, but also not too intrusive. And that's why I think a lot of what they're doing here is kind of a learning experience for a lot of those things.